Hello, everyone. It's Jeremy Osterberger with BIC Magazine. I'm with Danny Forrest. Danny manages the programmatic initiatives for responsible care, which is at the American Chemistry Council. So, Danny, talk a little bit about your role.
Sure, absolutely. First, I really want to set the stage by talking a little bit about who the American Chemistry Council is,
Sure.
what we do, and then I'll jump into responsible care if that's all right with you.
Have a ball.
All right. So, the American Chemistry Council is an advocacy organization. Our mission is to serve the people and products of the business of chemistry. We do that through a number of ways, primarily through advocating on Capitol Hill, but also globally. We are the voice to the UN and to other stakeholders around the world. Responsible Care is our initiative to provide proper chemical management across EHS&S and build that framework that helps us move forward. Responsible Care started about 40 years ago, and it really started on the back of some major incidents that occurred. At the time, the chemical industry recognized that we had to do something to drive continuous improvement. And over the years, that program's evolved. And so we get asked a lot, how do you maintain a 40-year-old safety program? Well, it's not so much a safety program anymore as it is all about corporate responsibility, being accountable, being transparent. And so that's what it's come into today. Part of my job is to manage the programs that drive that continuous improvement and working with our members to be better at chemicals management, not only for the manufacturers, but for our responsible care partners.
Danny, how does a chemical manufacturer, obviously you're exposing them to responsible care. Are they all members? Are you trying to gain more members? Talk about that acquisition of other members in responsible care.
Yeah, so we represent about 150 chemical manufacturing companies across the U.S. That's everyone from the multinationals you hear about every day to the companies that you've probably never heard of that do the specialty chemicals. Now, when we go advocate, we're doing it on behalf of the interests of the industry as a whole. So, yes, while we want other chemical companies to join our ranks and fight our fight, we're doing it with them and without them. But we are stronger and more unified together. And I think that's the message that we want to resonate across the chemical industry.
Thanks, Danny. So, what role do your industry partners like LCA, LCIA, TCC, TCA, and the Health and Safety Council play in driving your success and advancing goals?
Yeah, we work so closely together with our other state CICs across the United States. Organizations like LCA and TCC are pivotal in joining that fight to to advance safety within our industry, and also just have a strong unified voice when we go advocate for our people and for our products. We have the unique opportunity to align on our positions, make sure that we're making the best decisions, and we do that through our strategic partnerships. But beyond that, we have similar missions. One thing that's really fascinating about this industry is the community is so embracing. So I get to work with members at all of these different companies that have a passion specifically for safety. The practitioners that are in their role because something may have happened to them earlier in their career. And to see that passion and see them come together to share knowledge, to drive improvement together, I think that's what keeps me going within my job.
Makes sense, Danny. So before this interview, you were telling me a little bit about a program, and that is a Responsible Care Partner Program. I wanted to give you the chance to elaborate on that program.
Yeah, sure. So somewhere along the way within our 40-year life cycle of responsible care, the manufacturers came together and said, it's so important for proper chemical management to be done, not just in our fence line, but across the board, across the entire supply chain. We had implemented a very robust program with responsible care that includes technical specifications. It includes codes like the process safety code, and then having audits done by a third party to ensure that those management systems are up to par. And somewhere along the way, you know, it became very clear that chemical management needed to be a priority across the entire supply chain, and that's where we started inviting bulk truck carriers, warehouses, contractors, marine operators, and allow them to build their management system on the responsible care technical specifications. And we've seen so much fruitful continuous improvement across the entire supply chain because of that.
How long has that partner program been around, Danny?
It's been around for about 25 years. So it's fairly mature, and every so often we revamp it. We go through strategic reviews to enhance that program, as well as with our core responsible care program.
Thanks, Danny, for that. I didn't know the full scope of that, so thank you. All right, Danny. So one hot topic is navigating change and AI innovation in the chemical industry. I mean, how do you see AI practically helping companies balance compliance, safety, sustainability now or in the future?
You know, this is such a fascinating topic, right? It's kind of all the buzz right now. Everyone wants to talk about the newest shiny thing, and that's not new. We've always been attracted to, that new practice or that new tool, that new technology. And I think we've got something a little bit different here. It's got so much promise, and I think there's a profound opportunity for driving performance, especially with EHS. The thing that I hope we can maintain consciousness of is, while this technology has so much opportunity, we need to maintain focus on our workforce. It's still going to be about the people. It's still going to be about the culture, and that awareness will help us utilize these technologies to drive improvement. But it all comes back to our people.
Makes sense, Danny. No, I appreciate you responding on that. So with so much data out there, right, I think we've done a nice job of acquiring data, right? But hey, how do you help companies focus on the right metrics and drive real EH&S improvements?
You know, within the Responsible Care Program and at the American Chemistry Council, it's an obligation, it's a requirement to submit metrics. We do that intentionally because, again, responsible care is about transparency. Responsible care is about being accountable. And if we can't be transparent, we can't be accountable. So we collect mounds of data. We recognize the lift that is on many of our members. But it's so important to be able to benchmark, to be able to publish those metrics on our publicly facing website in a benchmarked forum so that the public can see it, congressional representatives can see it, and our community members that live and work around our facilities can see it. We go through great lengths to ensure that that data is accurate, validated, and then we get the practitioners in the room and we identify, hey, what are the areas that we as an industry really need to focus on? Whether that be burn-related injuries or mechanical integrity with process safety, we're able to pinpoint with really good data analysis team that ACC has, and that's how we drive improvement.
Danny, once you have all that data and they're improving and they're getting where they need to get and they're benchmarking, what role does Responsible Care or ACC play in maintaining that improvement?
Yeah, so we have a suite of programs. I manage many of the Responsible Care's programmatic initiatives, and all of our direction is backed by that data. We have some fantastic stories to tell with process safety improvement. We're about to release some numbers with our 2024 process safety event data, and it is fantastic. That is all dedicated to our members. They participate in these programs. They drive the programs. What I like to say is everything moves forward because our members come together and work together. And the American Chemistry Council just facilitates that. The true praise goes to those practitioners that work day in and day out. They work turnarounds, hours and hours of unappreciated overtime, and all to keep the juice in the pipes.
So, Danny, if someone wants to get more familiar with responsible care and really ACC in general, where should they go?
Well, you can find us at www.americanchemistry.com. You can search responsible care, and of course, we'll pop up. Or you can contact me or any of my colleagues, and we'd be happy to provide more information.
Danny, always great to see you. Thank you so much for being here today.